Today we're going to be showcasing UFC 278 Leon Rocky Edwards. So I'm just comparing him to the active version so you guys could see, some of the differences and if you decide to purchase him or not. I would say if you're a Leon main and you use him a lot in welterweight, it's definitely worth it in my opinion. But let's get into the fights. We got GSP, so we know his weaknesses, his strengths. His main strengths are going to be, his wrestling, not so good cardio, so we'll try to take advantage of that. But the main thing with Leon, he has 96 kick power, 96 speed on this alter ego. So you're definitely going to want to use your kicks. He has frontal assault, so your kick speed goes from 96 to 99 when you're throwing front kicks specifically. And they're more accurate as well. So you definitely want to be getting those off to, landing them to the body, wearing your opponent's stamina down. And let's not forget that Leon does have 94 takedowns on this alter ego as well. So I love to use him as like an all-around pick at 170. Because, I do like to kickbox. He has strong low kicks. He's pretty much great all around. That's why I love using him. We're going to put him in a dart choke right here. He's going to try to race it, but we're going straight to back flat anyways to chase a nice rear naked choke. A little bit of some chain grappling, but, more stuff like that would be really cool to see in UFC 6 where he could go from, different positions, really seamlessly. Without GA, it could flow a little bit better, but, it's still really fun. The submission system on here is really fun, so we end up tapping him out. Not too sure if I'm speaking for myself, but personally I really love UFC 5's submission system. I get to enjoy the animations without being, prompted. With the mini game that covers up the whole screen and covers up the animations. Not necessarily cover it up, but when it pops up, you're not concentrating on the movements at all. So you don't really get to enjoy it because you're focused on, moving your analog stick in a circle or something like that. So it is really fun. We got Gilbert Burns though, so we're pretty much going to try to kickbox for the most part, keep our distance. Mix in knees and elbows when they're pressuring us. That's a great way to use Leon as well because we don't really have the greatest, boxing at all. Our power's not that good. Speed's pretty good, but you don't want to rely on too much because most of the people you're going to be going against are going to be people with better boxing, more power, more speed. So you got to do more damage with the tool set he has. Mixing up that clinch sometimes when people are over pressuring you and you feel like you need to. He has 96 clinch striking, I think, as well. So definitely mix those in. But right now we're just taking our time with our opponent. We're countering him right there. We're checking that lead calf kick, and you could throw off a lead elbow for free or even a rear sometimes to counter them. So that's a good little counter to add into your playbook. I like to take my time on my striking for the most part, so we're just trying to find their shots. He is kind of wild and reckless, so I'm not really forcing anything too crazy. We already cut him, hurt him a little bit. So we're in control of round. So that's how I worry about the fights. Round by round basis. Look at that. We end up getting a slip hook. Rock. End up knocking him down. And that's without rushing it. So all I'm feeling is to control the round. And that's all I'm doing. I'm going off the round. And as if I was going to go to a 5-round decision. That's what makes it different from Division 15 to 20, having that control, having that discipline. Look at that. Nice front kick, rock. We end up knocking him down again. Not really going to hop in the guard. We're going to see what he's going to do. He's going to quit. Don't blame him. We all quit at some point. We humans. We're facing a Nate Diaz. These guys are very annoying. Well, players in general, because they'll just start spamming the 1-2, reaches really far, gets right through the block. It is hard to face them depending on how they're using them, but if they're not using them in a good way and you're able to do a lot of damage early on, especially to the body, and really kill their cardio, or even grapple them, makes the fight a lot easier. Leon's a real good pick because, the Muay Thai clinch he has, the clinch control, clinch striking. If you mix those in, you could cut up Nate Diaz really easily. From there, let's say if I cut him on his left side, I could start using more lead hook combos and really amplifying damage like that. This is not ranked or nothing, so I wouldn't really need to go that far into it. For most part, I like to sim play and play semi-realistically. Quick match. Have fun. I get to enjoy different picks. I get to see a plethora of, unique styles where people just, let themselves flow. But in ranked, you get the same flow, you get the same style. You just get worse and better levels of the same styles. People that could block break better than the other guy that's down on the leaderboards. So, or this guy can clinch spam better, or he could clinch spam and grapple really well. That's just not something I'm really too interested in. And recently, damage has been feeling very inconsistent to a point where I'm getting like 10 knockdowns. So, hopefully if the damage is fixed, I'll definitely start that Division 20 series for you guys. But with damage being like this, I can't do ranked. A lot of people that are ranked players don't even want to play ranked. There's other exploits going around too. Not really going to put any attention to it because it's just going to have more people doing it. But hey, what can we do? Hopefully they patch that out quick and, address the damage however they do it. But yeah, and that's another very good weak point of Nate Diaz is his very low leg health. So, the slower we can make him, harder it is for him to pressure. So that's what we're going to try to do as well. Yeah, we got to be careful because he can get right through our block. He has very high level moves in the boxing, so got to watch out for those. He's throwing big combos at us. We're returning some back. We end up dropping him right there. Cut him open. His nose is hurt. Landing a nice knee. Blending in some knees here and there when you guys have good opportunities, it's great to do. Takes a lot of damage and it'll start zapping that stamina really quickly. Bang, look at that. We end up getting him rocked right there. Ends up quitting on the stool. Next, we got Shavkat Rakhmonov. This was a fight I was really looking forward to. If, Leon was able to beat Bilal, but he wasn't able to. So, we unfortunately didn't get to see this matchup. I thought this would have been a really cool matchup. The kickboxing of Leon versus, the pressure from Shavkat, his grappling, seeing how, it would blend all together. It'll be really hard to keep Shavkat at bay, in this matchup because we saw him against Jeff Neal where he was just walking through bombs and pressuring Neal through all the hard shots he was landing. So, we know Leon doesn't have that power or that boxing ability, of course, especially after seeing the Bilal fight. How when you pressure him, it kind of just shuts down everything. But interestingly, we are getting a Leon Edwards versus Sean Brady, I think sometime in March. So that's going to be a very interesting matchup. He was supposed to face JDM, but Shavkat got injured, so now JDM's facing Bilal Muhammad for the title. I believe at UFC 315. Look at that, we end up knocking him down. A nasty combo right there. Just knowing when to throw your combos is what you need to do. We missed a little bit of the first round, though. Got started recording a little bit late on this fight. Didn't really miss much. I was just working a few exchanges and was able to cut them. Just taking our time on the ground. I like to use the knees to the body and side control to really get that stamina down and get a lot of body damage. And mixing in the half guard, ground and pound for the body shots is something I love to do as well. And mixing that up with the ground body elbow, which does a lot of damage. So that's something really good to do to drain their stamina. Look at that, we deny up. Do it again. He's faking. That's why we're both losing stamina and side control, because I'm biting on fakes. Punch him twice. We deny right. We're just punching the body. We're just doing a whole bunch of body damage. It's going to kill his stamina. And the lower his body is, the easier our kicks to the body and our teeps are going to start rocking him later in the fight. Lower stamina he does have when, obviously grappling against a good player is it's going to make it easier for me to get submissions off. We're going to go for arm triangle right here from mount. Since we have a good stamina lead, let's just see what he does. Yeah, we end up waiting too long. He ends up getting that, but I'm fine with it. Just trying to see what he's going to do. We're going to punch for GA down here, mixing it up with some fakes. We do try to go for it just to see, how good his denials are. He's faking for mount. He does posture up. This guy's grappling was a little bit weird. It's kind of not really... This is what I was talking about. Like, I'm used to a flow. I was kind of used to people, punching for GA and just going for stuff and faking. So when people do things like that, it's just strange. But that is our round. Got the knockdown. Outstruck him. Out-controlled him. But yeah, for the most part, I love this Leon. It gives him force of nature. Once you have, a good head health lead, I think you get like +3 on your chin or something like that. So as long as you're in the head health lead or a health lead in general, that perk will be activated. I'm pretty sure it gives you 3+ to your chin stat. I'm not too sure. Not sure there's a description saying what all the perks do specifically besides the brief description it gives in the game. But yeah, we gotta be careful because Nate Diaz is, combos, his boxing, his cardio and durability, something we don't want to exchange with. We might have slightly more power than him, but his move levels is going to help him do more damage, and he's going to be able to get those punches out faster than us, so he's going to do more damage. So we're trying to land a small combo, reset, and kick. I'm trying to do that pretty much the whole fight. That's how you kind of want to use Leon. If you're going to land something, it's going to be something like a 2 or 3 piece, and you're going to want to reset using teeps, or, just backing up in general, resetting the kicking distance, giving something to worry about, whether it be some low kicks, front kicks down the middle to the face, for aggressive opponents that are just pushing forward, like that, for example. He hits us with one as well. Kick him to the body, 1-2. Then we get cracked. Then we crack him another low kick. See, we gotta be careful with the boxing. Look at that. We end up chopping down that leg, rocking his leg. That's how you're supposed to use Leon. You just break down people with kickboxing. Mixing grappling when you can. Just using him as an MMA fighter in general. That's the best way to win with Leon Rocky Edwards. Try for a signature cross head kick. That did not land. We rock his leg again. He does check that. We're just testing it. Look at that. We end up rocking him with a nice front kick. Just taking on time because we know it finishes there. He did a little movement where it activated vulnerability. So that body kick did crazy damage. Taking our time. Look at that. We body rock him. It's a head kick KO. Hope you guys enjoyed the showcase and stay tuned.